Alright, buddy. Sorry, I'm chuckling because it's the same opponent. That's how the leagues work sometimes, so I guess it's miracles again. Okay, well, we've won the die roll, and we're keeping this hand. We're gonna preordain on turn 1, not worry about piercing a top, and then we're gonna keep open pierce on the next turn, I think. Well, those are both good magic cards, so let's draw both of those. And then next turn we will brainstorm, I think. Actually, I think I'd like to wait a turn because like we want a blue card to pitch to the force, which would be the other brainstorm, and we want the City of Traders as well to cast the show and tell. So I think brainstorming now is a little bit premature. Wow, this is awkward. Is he trolling us? He revealed a terminus. I guess by mistake. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna pierce this. Alright, so our opponent did not try to counter back on our pierce. Let's see what we draw. Another force, okay. So if we can hit something here, then we're quite happy, but we don't. So trip forces is maybe just one force too many, but I think we keep the City of Traders because it'll allow us next turn to brainstorm and show and tell. Okay, so we can sort of assume that there's going to be a terminus hiding on top for a while now, which is fine, I suppose. Well, it's not fine, it's actually a bit annoying. Well, now playing out the City of Traders, well, not now, but actually with Brainstorm, City of Traders is a little bit annoying. Although this is fine. So we're going to show and tell into Gristlebrand with double force for their terminus. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Actually, ooh. Let's force back. They had the force. So they'll probably try and terminus now. Which won't work out. So we'll let the trigger resolve. And we're just going to draw here to hopefully hit 2 blue cards in order to have double force instead of wasting forces like this. We do, so let's pitch this preordain. Plow. I suppose I could want to answer that. Like, what I'm looking at is a sneak attack here. Let's draw 7. Okay, and we don't find the Nemrakul. So let's force this. So if they have another answer, I guess they can spin the top now and look for a terminus. That's their only sort of option. And if they do, then we're going to Okay, they just find 4 land, 3 lands, so what would we have drawn on our draw step? Another Griselbrand? Sure. Alright, well, this is pretty much the same as the last round. Bring in the 2, it is that, not pretty much, it is exactly the same. Bring in 2 Boseiju, Power Blast, dump 2 Ancient Tomb, dump a Pierce. Hope for greatness. I think all things being equal, this is a decent matchup for show and tell. Like, I think it's probably one of Miracle's sort of less fun matchups. But it's not, I don't feel like a huge favorite or anything. Alright, so we have to decide if we want to keep open Pierce for Sensei's top or Cantrip. I guess we kind of get to do both here. We're going to play out the Petal after our Ponder, and we don't, like, if they want to waste a Red Blast on a Ponder, then that's fine. Well, we want the Boseiju, but we don't, like, there isn't really a lot else here that works that well for us, but I think, so what's our plan here? We can get to a point where we can end up turn Cunning Wish through Boseiju for through the Breach, then through the Breach Emrakul. That won't kill them though, but it's a plan. I like that. I don't think we're not piercing a counterbalance this time around because of Boseiju, which comes for us all and shelters us, you might say. Yeah, my opponent really does not like Boseiju. Well, sure, counterbalance. I suppose that was probably worth a Spell Pierce, thinking about it. But they don't have top yet. And they don't have a 3rd land, so that's really good for us. So we are going to do the Cunning Wish for that guy through the Breach. Oh, they have Force of Will. We could also Cunning Wish for Intuition here, but that makes it a bit slower. We know they're not drawing a land though. But I really actually do not want to cast Show and Tell unless I have like Omniscience and Cunning Wish or Omniscience and Emrakul. So I think right now through the Breach is going to be fine. So there's another Force of Will on top of their library. Wow. Well, I'd actually, this go around, I prefer that this was Griselbrand, I think, but let's not complain. I almost feel like forcing this. Then they will force back. Nah, let's not. Well, that was sort of a one-shot deal, so now we're somewhat back to scratch here, but we can Cunning Wish again for the intuition. If that's a thing we want to do. Or we can Cunning Wish for Gristlebrand. Yeah, I prefer that with this stacked hand of counter magic. So it will take us a turn or two and will drop us to some... suppose we could also just Impulse and hope to find a fatty. But no, let's... yeah, let's pass. So we'll be at 11, we'll be at 9 with a Gristlebrand in hand, and Force and Misdirection. Hopefully that'll be good enough. Mind you, we know they have at least a Force, too. So the question is, do we... No, never mind. I was going to say we should until, like, sneak attack, but we don't have the red to activate it. Yeah, I feel like this has to be the correct play. So the old Snapcaster trick. Snapcaster trick on the stack. Pyroblaster Omniscience. So there's a predict. So they could have like a... They could have like, what's it called? Terminus 2 cards down. That'd be a pretty sweet play. But no, I guess not, because they don't have the mana to cast it. So we're not wasting counter spells on this. So let's see if we can beat the... we have to be able to beat whatever they're doing now. We have 2 pitch counters in hand, and we can draw 7 with Gristlebrand. So this might be brainstorming a Terminus back on top, passing. But yeah, like I said, we have... They have a pretty stacked hand. They have to have that, right? With drawing a lot of cards with Predict. But yeah, if they had the second land, so they could use something like Flusterstorm to protect a Terminus. Now they have... This is when they have to do it, I think. They might just have nothing and be dead. They could also have, like, Plow. Okay, so they had the Terminus. Let us cast... Actually, yeah, no. Let's cast Force of Will. We're sort of committed to it. Then they'll force back. We'll pierce. That's what I was sort of dillying about. Okay, Flusterstorm. Yeah, no, let's just pierce this. All right. Well, we got there. Well, I'm very pleased to have clawed my way back from the brink of nothingness in this. Starting off 0-2 is always super sucky, but feel bad that I met the same opponent twice here at the end, but it's a good friend of mine, so yeah, shout out to you, Anna. Sorry about that. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back with some more Legacy action at some point, or Vintage. See you later. Bye-bye.